Hello beta, today we will start with our fourth unit of our physics book Selena, that is electricity and magnetism. Electricity and magnetism. It has three parts. The first one is current electricity, the second one is household circuits, and third one is electromagnetism. Today we are doing with the first part, that is current electricity. As the name of the unit suggests, we need to study about basically what is current. सबसे पहला हमें यही वाला word पढ़ना है. Then we are moving on to electricity, right? So let's start with the first part of this unit, that is current electricity. Before starting with the current, I would like to tell you something about charge. Basically, when we are talking about charge, the thing which first comes in our mind that there are two types of charge. One is positive charge and another one is negative charge. Basically, when we are talking about an atom, उसमें हम protons को बोलते हैं positively charged and electrons को बोलते हैं negatively charged ions. Okay, but in this unit we need not to go in detailing of this. Here we need to talk about what is the unit for charge so that we can use it further. This charge can be denoted by small q, or in some of the books it may be written as capital Q or small q. Anyone you can use according to your convenience. The SI unit of charge is coulomb. This is coulomb. This is denoted by capital C. Okay. Now we are moving on to our term, that is current. Charges are of two types, positively and negatively charged. Charge can be denoted by Q, small or capital or small, and its SI unit is coulomb. Okay. Now we are moving on to our basic term, that is current. According to me, every one of you is able to define current because you studied this term in your previous class too. Basically, this is the revision of your previous class chapter, but you need to listen to it again because few of the terms are there which you need to remember again, which you need to recall again, and which you need further in your this complete unit. Right? So please listen to this complete video carefully so that you can revise your previous chapter. Right? Current, I believe you are able to define here, that is rate of flow of charge. I keep on telling you again and again, this rate word is related to time. It means time. जहाँ भी हम physics में, chemistry में कहीं भी लिखते हैं rate, इसका मतलब हम एक particular time period पर उस process की बात करते हैं. In this I am talking about rate of flow of charge. Means we are talking about flow of charge in a particular time period. So mathematically we can write this current as charge flowing per unit time. As we people are aware, charge can be written as capital Q and time can be written as T. So we can write down current as charge upon time. If we are talking about a particular conductor or a particular substance, we people are always aware that there are number of electrons which are responsible to carry charge from one place to another place. Okay, so total charge in a particular conductor can be given as N, that is the number of electrons present in that particular conductor, into E. E is the charge on each electron, and the value for this E is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. As we are talking about electron, so this is minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. Please remember this. This you will be using in your numericals in future. Okay, so charge can also be written as N into E, where N is the number of electrons which carries charge from one place to another, and E is the charge carried by each electron, and the value of E is minus 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19. Okay, so this current can also be written as, current is denoted by I, capital I, that is N into E upon T. So this current can be written as Q by T, or instead of Q we can write N into E upon T. Now as far as the SI unit of current is concerned, we can derive SI unit from here only. Current is charge upon time. Charge is measured in coulomb in its SI unit, time is in second. So that can be written as coulomb second inverse, and this complete can be written as ampere. So SI unit of current is ampere and it is denoted by capital A. बेटा here you need to take care कि इसको बहुत सारे बच्चे ampere लिखते हैं, AMPHERE. I don't know why, क्यों सबको ये confusion होता है. This is wrong spelling because whenever question will be there related to your SI units, so spellings will be taken care. So this is ampere, not ampere. It is denoted by capital A. So SI unit for current is ampere. Now if somebody will ask you ki how to define 1 ampere, so what will you do? You'll write 1 ampere is equal to, this is coulomb upon second. Ampere is written as coulomb upon second. If I am talking about you need to define 1 ampere, then write 1 here and 1 over here. So how can you define 1 ampere? ये क्या होता है? This is the current. It is the amount of current. कब है ये current? When 1 coulomb of charge flows through a cross section in how much time? In 1 second time. In time period of 1 second. So 1 ampere is the current when 1 coulomb of charge flows through the cross section in 1 second of time. Okay, I believe everybody is able to write down this definition. Please read it once from your book so that you can write it in proper words. Okay, now when we are talking about this complete formula, so we can do 1 or 2 short numericals so that the concept will be clear to each one of you. Here I'll give you one example, that is, suppose N is the number of electrons which are flowing in a conductor, and that N will be given to us 6.25 into 10 raised to the power 16 electrons. These electrons are flowing through a conductor and they flow from A to B, and to flow from A to B they take 2 seconds. Okay. Now you need to find out current flowing through the conductor. आपको find out क्या करना है? Current flowing through the conductor. As you people are aware, I is equal to charge upon time, where charge can also be written as NE upon T. Here in this statement, N is given to us, T is given to us, but we need E also, and E, as I told you, charge on each electron is 1.6 into 10 raised to the power minus 19 coulomb. I believe आपको याद होगा, मैंने बोला था ये जरूरत पड़ेगी. Okay, so put the values over here. This is 6.25 into 10 raised to the power 16 into 1.6 into 10 raised to the power 19 minus 19 and divided by 2. When you will solve this completely, that will be 5 into 10 raised to the power minus 3 ampere. Okay, you can write it in smaller units too. That can be written as 5 milliampere. From here, I want to tell you one more thing. 1 milliampere is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 ampere. 1 microampere is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 6 ampere. Milli means 10 raised to the power minus 3. Micro means 10 raised to the power minus 6. Last year, first chapter. You can easily connect it there. 1 milliampere is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 3 ampere. 1 microampere is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 6 ampere. These are the smaller units of current. These may be used in your numerical, so you can remember these. So in this one, what we did, instead of 10 raised to the power minus 3, we have written milli. So 5 milliampere. So you can write answer in this way, or you can write answer in this way. Both will be correct. Okay. Now continuing further, if somebody will ask you the second part of this, I told you this flows from A to B. This is the first part when they ask you ki what is the value of current. If in second part they ask you what is the direction of current. So what can you write over here? The direction of current is B to A. Why? Because here I told you electrons are flowing. N number of electrons are flowing. Electrons are flowing from A to B. Initially statement में मैंने आपको ये बोला था, if electrons are flowing A to B, then current will be from B to A. You studied last year the direction of conventional current is opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. Electrons flow from A to B. That means current flows from B to A, opposite to the direction of flow of electrons. That is the direction of conventional current. So that answer can be written with the help of this complete numerical too. And as far as we are talking about current, this current is a scalar quantity, but one thing may create a confusion. As we are saying current, the direction of current is from here to here, from there to there, positive to negative, high potential to low potential. What is the meaning of that? That does not mean directly the direction of current. That means the direction of electrons. Is it similar? No, it is opposite direction to the direction of electrons. What is the meaning of direction of current? Direction of current does not mean current itself. It means opposite direction to the direction of electrons. So whenever we are talking about direction there, we are talking about the direction of movement of electrons. We does not mean direction of current directly there. So current is a scalar quantity. It is not a vector quantity. Okay. Now moving on to our next term, that is potential and potential difference. Last year also you did this. Again a revision of this is required. So I am writing here because on the basis of these two terms, this complete unit is based on. Okay. What is potential? Potential is the amount of work done in moving a unit test positive charge from infinity to a point. I'm again speaking, amount of work done. How much work is done? Kab? In moving a unit test positive charge from infinity to a point. Suppose we have this point A. We have a unit test positive charge here at this particular point, and this is at infinity. I am not aware where it is present, so I assume it is at infinity. This is Q, unit test positive charge. This is unit test charge. Now when this unit test charge, by default it is always positive. When we are moving this unit test positive charge from this infinity to this point A, हम इसको यहाँ से लेकर जाते हैं, इस point A तक हमें इसको लेकर आना है. Whatever work is done in bringing this unit charge from here to this particular point is the potential of this particular charge at this point A. It is the potential of charge at this point when this charge is moved from infinity to a point A. Okay, and this potential is denoted by capital V. That means you can write potential. I will write it here. Potential can be given as V, that is equal to work done in bringing a unit test positive charge, W upon Q. So this is potential. How mathematically you can write it. Now coming on to potential difference. This is amount of work done in bringing a unit test charge. As I told you, it is always conventionally positive. Unit test charge from one point to another point. Another point. I believe you can depict the difference over here. Amount of work done in moving unit test charge from infinity to a point. here from one point to another point. In both the cases we are talking about work done, but इसमें हम infinity से किसी एक यूनिट टेस्ट चार्ज को लेकर आए हैं किसी पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट A तक. But here we have suppose these two points A and B, and I have this charge Q. If I have to move this charge Q from A to B, how much work I am supposed to do? That is potential difference. This is from A to B I am moving this, and up to this B I need to move it. So whatever is the amount of work done in moving this test charge from A to B is known as potential difference. ओके, जस्ट टू रिमेम्बर दिस. अगर इसको याद रखना हो तो आप ये कर सकते हो. डिफरेंस के लिए हमें कोई दो पर्टिकुलर टर्म्स चाहिए होती हैं. सो मींस जहां दो पर्टिकुलर पॉइंट गिवन होंगे हम पोटेंशियल डिफरेंस की बात करेंगे, और जहां हमें एक ही पॉइंट गिवन है वहां हम सिर्फ एक ही वर्ड की बात करेंगे, दैट इज पोटेंशियल. ये सिर्फ याद रखने के लिए बता रही हूं आपको. Okay, so this potential difference can be written as potential at point A, suppose VA, potential at point B is suppose VB. That will be given as work done for this particular charge. So when we are talking about potential difference, that is VA minus VB is equal to W by Q, and this VA minus VB, that will be total potential difference this way. So this is equal to V is equal to VA minus VB is equal to W upon Q. This is potential difference. Now coming on to the SI unit of this potential and potential difference. What will be the SI unit? Potential difference or potential. The formula is potential is equal to work done per unit charge. Or for potential difference we can say VA minus VB is equal to W upon Q. Similar things will be there. So work done is measured in joule. Charge is measured in coulomb. So that may be written as joule coulomb inverse. So the SI unit for potential difference is volt. Volt is denoted by capital V. So if somebody will ask you to define 1 volt, how can you do this? V is equal to joule upon coulomb. If 1 volt is to be defined, 1 here and 1 here. 1 volt is the potential. If you will say it is potential, then you need to define in the terms of potential. If you say this is potential difference, then you need to define it in terms of potential difference. Make sure. Okay, 1 volt is the potential difference when it is the potential difference when कब when 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. Because I am talking about potential difference, so यहाँ पर 1 point to another point. If I'll say potential, then it will be from infinity to 1 point, right? 1 volt is the potential difference when 1 joule of work is done in bringing 1 coulomb of charge from one point to another point. This is about SI unit of potential difference. Now the main question is why to read out this potential or potential difference? क्या जरूरत है इसकी? To make you understand this, or what is the significance of potential or potential difference? To make you understand this, let's move little bit away from our topic, that is current. हम थोड़ा सा दूर जाते हैं and let's talk about another topic, that is heat. I believe everybody studied it. Heat में हमने क्या पढ़ा था? We studied a term temperature. And what we studied there, temperature is the degree of hotness or coldness of a body. अब ये क्यों बता रही हूं आपको? बेसिकली इस डेफिनेशन से बहुत ज्यादा कुछ करना नहीं हमें, बट इस वर्ड टेम्परेचर से हमें करना है. What temperature tells us? Suppose we have two bodies A and B, and we know the temperature of this body A is 100 degrees Celsius and temperature of body B is 80 degrees Celsius. So we studied in this chapter heat कि जिसका temperature ज्यादा होता है, heat always flows from more temperature towards less temperature until and unless both will attain same temperature, until and unless thermal equilibrium will be maintained. Okay, If the temperature of both the bodies will be same, इसका भी 80 degrees होगा, इसका भी 80 degrees होगा, then what will happen? There is no flow of heat. Okay, so with the help of this temperature, this term temperature, we can find out the direction of flow of heat, in which direction it is flowing. Okay, we can find out direction of flow of heat. Okay, and second, we can talk about whether there is flow of heat or not. Flow हो भी रहा है कि नहीं हो रहा है. This is the similar thing which we can do in current with the help of potential difference. How? Take this as a wire AB, and suppose it is made up of any of the metal. As we are aware, metal is a good conductor. Until and unless this wire is connected with battery or cell, there is no potential difference maintained at its end. When wire is not connected with cell or battery, what will happen? No potential difference. No potential difference is maintained, means no flow of current, no flow of charge. If charge will not flow, that means no flow of current. But what if when this wire is connected with a cell or a battery? Suppose this is a cell and this wire is connected with this. Means this one is representing the higher potential and this smaller line is representing lower potential. Means at A, high potential is maintained and at B, low potential is maintained. If there is a difference between these two potentials, then definitely the charge is able to flow from high to low, as the temperature is flowing from higher temperature body to lower temperature body. Similar way, wherever high potential is there, the charge will flow from higher potential to lower potential. That's why we are reading this term potential over here. So we can say when wire is connected with cell or battery, potential difference is there and there will be flow of current. So to read out in which direction the current is flowing, how much current is flowing, we need to learn about this term potential or potential difference. Okay. Another important term related to this chapter is, that is the part of our revision again, that is resistance. Okay. Resistance means what? Obstacle. डिक्शनरी में भी इसका यही मीनिंग दिया होता है and that same meaning goes with that definition. Obstacle offered to the flow of electrons is called resistance. Not only electrons, to the flow of charge भी आप बोल सकते हो. And who is offering this resistance? That is conductors. So obstacle offered to the flow of electrons is called resistance. Okay, now when we are talking about this term resistance, सबसे पहली चीज जो हमें बात याद रखनी है, that is conductor, insulator and semiconductors. Conductors are what? Conductors which allow current to pass through them easily. अगर वो easily pass करते हैं, that means they offer less resistance to the flow of electrons or charge. ओके अगर हम बात करेंगे सेमीकंडक्टर्स की, वो करते हैं, बट एज कंपेयर्ड टू कंडक्टर्स द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड इज मोर, लिटिल बिट मोर एज कंपेयर्ड टू दिस. एंड व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट इंसुलेटर्स, insulators offer maximum obstacle, maximum resistance to the flow of charge. Hence charge is not able to flow and current is not able to flow through the insulators. So according to the definitions only we can find out whether conductors are able to offer less resistance, more or maximum. Okay, so you can find out the amount of resistance offered in the conductors, insulators according to their definitions only. Now we were talking about resistance, that is obstacle offered to the flow of electrons. We need to study what is the cause of resistance first of all. Okay, so when you are talking about cause of resistance, means किसके वजह से resistance होता है, you need to talk about this first, cause of resistance. To study this we need to study a piece of conductor. Suppose this is a metal wire. It is a conductor. When it is not connected with a cell or battery, what will happen? It contains positive charges, means protons, as well as electrons, and approximately in the same number. So this I am writing as protons, and with the dots I am going to represent electrons. These are the electrons present. Now what happens when there is no potential difference? That means electrons are free to move in any direction. They are moving randomly in any of the directions. Suppose this is the electron, it may go here, it may go here, it may go this side. This is the electron, it can go here, it can go here, it can go here, it can go here. Wherever they wish, they can go anywhere. When this wire is not connected with any cell or battery. This is the situation when wire is not connected with battery. Okay, why it happens? Because no potential difference is maintained. If no potential difference, electrons move randomly. In their desired direction. Okay, but what if this metal wire is connected to a cell or battery? Suppose this is metal wire, I am connecting it with battery this way. Now what happened? This is positive terminal behaving as this is negative, or I can say this is high potential. Okay, and this is low potential. Okay, now what happened at high and low potential? As we studied just now, the charge will start flowing from high potential to low potential. Okay, but if we are talking about electrons, electrons will be attracted towards high potential. Electrons यहाँ move करेंगे, और हमेशा करंट का डायरेक्शन हम क्या मानते हैं? इलेक्ट्रॉन्स के ऑपोजिट. इलेक्ट्रॉन्स ऐसे आ रहे हैं तो करंट का डायरेक्शन हम ऐसे मानेंगे. सपोज दिस इज एंड A and this is end B. Electrons are moving from B to A. I am writing it as B and A. Electrons are moving from B to A. That means current is moving from A to B. So if electrons are moving from B to A, they are moving in one direction only now, not in random direction. ये जो random direction बनाया था, now the direction of motion of electrons is this, 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 this. In previous one, when they are moving randomly, they are colliding with each other, means with the electrons itself as well as with the positive charged ions. Now in this situation, they are colliding with positively charged ions. As potential difference is maintained, electrons are accelerated, moving towards positive charged ions, means towards the another end. But as they are striking with the positive charged ions, the speed or the velocity of electrons decreases. As the velocity of electrons decreases, they may stop, but they are not stopped. Why? Because potential difference is still maintained. अभी भी बैटरी तो connected है. Then what happen? Again because of potential difference, वो फिर से energy gain करते हैं. They will accelerate and start moving. फिर speed decrease होगा. Again they will gaining the energy and start moving. Means kinetic energy of electrons are decreasing when they are striking with the positive ions. But again due to potential difference, they regain the energy and start moving in forward direction. This way electrons keep on moving through this metal wire when it is connected with cell or battery, or when potential difference is applied. In this situation, potential difference is there, wire is connected with battery, and electrons will move in particular direction. Now what happens when they are moving with decreased speed? After striking with the electrons, though they are regaining the energy, but their speed decreases. This decreased speed, when they are moving with this decreased speed, we are saying they are drifting towards another point, means from B to A. In this situation, they are drifted from B to A. धीरे धीरे वो खिसक कर आ रहे हैं. And this velocity, means decreased velocity of the electrons, is known as drift velocity. What we call that? That is known as drift velocity. But still, what will be the conclusion? The electrons are moving, they have velocity. That means electrons are moving from one part to another, but they are offered with some hindrance. Some obstacles are there. The positive charged ions, they are offering the hindrance, but they are able to move because of potential difference. This is the cause of resistance. Okay. Now continuing with the same term. Okay, I believe before continuing this, we will quickly recapitulate this term. Resistance is the obstacle offered to the flow of charges. When we are talking about a metal piece, we can study about the cause of resistance. In case of a metal wire, when it is not connected with cell or battery, it is not having any potential difference, means electrons can move in random direction. In this situation, they can collide with each other as well as with positive ions. Okay, but what happens when it is connected with cell or battery? In that situation, potential difference is maintained. One end is behaving as high potential, another one is behaving as low potential, and electrons will start moving from low potential towards high potential, and in this switch they are facing obstacle from these positive ions only, because they are moving in one particular direction now, because they are facing potential difference there. Now when they are moving in one particular direction, they are colliding with the positive ions, due to which their kinetic energy decreases. But still potential difference is maintained because of battery. They again regain the energy, kinetic energy, and start moving. Again they are colliding with the positive ions, again their velocity will be drifted. So they keep on moving this reduced velocity, and this reduced velocity of electrons is known as drift velocity. And this way we can prove there is a resistance because of these positive ions present in the metal wire. Okay, now continuing with the rest of the things related to resistance. The first one is, what is the SI unit for resistance? What is the SI unit for resistance? Can you find it out? I can tell you here, but how we find out this unit of resistance, that we will discuss later on when we will study Ohm's law. SI unit of resistance is ohm, and this is depicted by this symbol, this one. Okay, SI unit is ohm and it is denoted by this symbol sigma. Okay, now this resistance, what are the factors affecting this resistance? How this resistance will be increased, decreased, or will be affected? There are four main factors. First one is nature of conductor. Nature of conductor. As we are saying, resistance is offered by the conductors. Okay. Second one is length of conductor. Third one is area, or you can say thickness of conductor. And last one is temperature of conductor. We'll study one by one all these factors. First one is nature of conductor. If the substance is a good conductor, or we can talk about rest of the substances too now. When we are talking about different kind of substances, all the substances, they have different number of free electrons in them. If we are talking about conductors, they have maximum free electrons. When we are talking about semiconductors, less as compared to these free electrons. When we are talking about insulators, the number of free electrons are minimum. Okay, so more number of free electrons in the conductor, that means more number of charge can be flowing from one point to another, means more amount can be flowing. Okay, if more amount of charge is flowing, means resistance is less. So in case of conductors, resistance is least. In case of semiconductors, it is less, and it is in insulators, it is maximum. I believe you can remember it. Okay. Now the next one is length of conductor. How it depends on length of conductor. Resistance is directly proportional to length of conductor. Now to understand this term better, मैं आपको example देती हूँ. What will be that example? I'm writing here conductor. This is semiconductor, and this is insulator. To recapitulate, we need all these terms. Okay. Now I'll tell you how this length is related to this. To understand this, let us consider a road. जहां पर व्हीकल्स मूव करते हैं वो वाली रोड। ओके, सो व्हेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट अ रोड, सपोज ये एक रोड है और यहाँ पर कुछ लोगों ने अपनी कार पार्क की है, यहाँ पर अपने व्हीकल्स पार्क किए हुए ये वाले, ठीक है। अब सपोज आपने यहाँ से मूव करना शुरू करना है अपनी कार को, ठीक है। अब आपको अपनी कार को कितने व्हीकल से बचाना होगा, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7, आप यहाँ 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 करते हुए यहाँ तक पहुंच गए। इफ यू आर टॉकिंग अबाउट ओनली दिस लेंथ, सपोज आपके रोड की लेंथ बढ़ जाती है और वो यहां तक आ जाती है, तो नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल्स पार्क भी क्या हो जाएंगे, आपके ज्यादा हो जाएंगे। नाउ द नंबर ऑफ व्हीकल पार्क विल बी इंक्रीज्ड। अब आप यहां से मूव करना शुरू करेंगे तो आपको 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10, 7 की जगह 10 व्हीकल्स को क्रॉस करके जाना पड़ेगा। मींस आपके लिए जैसे ही लेंथ बढ़ा रेजिस्टेंस भी बढ़ गया। Am I right? So आपकी गाड़ी को सबको ऐसे क्रॉस करते बचाते 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 यहां तक जाना है। कंसीडर योर कार एज इलेक्ट्रॉन्स, इलेक्ट्रॉन्स का भी यही है, अगर लेंथ कम है दे नीड टू सेव देमसेल्फ फ्रॉम लेस नंबर ऑफ पॉजिटिव आयंस। ये व्हीकल्स जो पार्क्ड हैं ये पॉजिटिव आयन की तरह बिहेव कर रहे हैं। इफ योर इलेक्ट्रॉन इज मूविंग थ्रू अ लॉन्ग कंडक्टर, पॉजिटिव आयंस का नंबर भी ज्यादा है तो उसको उनसे ज्यादा सेव करना पड़ेगा खुद को। सो इन दिस केस रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड इज लेस, इन दिस केस रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड इज मोर। सो मोर विल बी द लेंथ, मोर विल बी द रेजिस्टेंस ऑफर्ड। सो this will be directly proportional to each other. Okay, next term is area. Now area or thickness, when we are talking about area of wire, जब भी हम किसी की भी बात करते हैं एरिया, सो हम उसके रेडियस की बात करते हैं, तो या तो एरिया को देख लीजिए या थिकनेस को देख लीजिए। अगेन वी आर टॉकिंग अबाउट द सेम एग्जांपल, सपोज दिस इज अ रोड। Okay, in this situation 1 2 3 4 5 6 vehicles are parked and you are standing over here. So when you will be moving on this road, this is you and these are the parked vehicles which are there on the road. So when you will cross these, you have to save yourself from all of these. You are behaving as electron here, these are behaving as positive ions here. Okay, but what if the thickness of the road will be increased? These are the 6 vehicles. अगर मुझे इसको इतने पर पार्क करना होगा, so I can get more space to park these vehicles and easily without any hindrance I can cross over here. That means resistance will be less if thickness will be more. These two are inversely proportional to each other. So resistance is inversely proportional to the area. ओके, ज्यादा एरिया रेजिस्टेंस कम हो गया, ज्यादा स्पेस मिल गया इलेक्ट्रॉन्स को जाने के लिए या मुझे व्हीकल चलाने के लिए, जैसे भी आपको याद रखना है। अगर रोड आपकी थिन हो जाएगी, नैरो हो जाएगी, देन यू विल बी गेटिंग लेस स्पेस टू मूव आउट। ओके, तो रेजिस्टेंस क्या हो जाएगा, ज्यादा। सो इफ एरिया विल बी मोर, रेजिस्टेंस इज लेस, इफ एरिया इज लेस, रेजिस्टेंस विल बी मोर, इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू ईच अदर। कमिंग ऑन टू द लास्ट फैक्टर, दैट इज द टेम्परेचर ऑफ कंडक्टर। More will be the temperature of conductor, more will be the resistance, because when we will increase the temperature, the number of collision between electrons and other ions, that will increase. If number of collisions will increase, that means the obstacle will increase, the resistance will increase. Means we can say resistance is directly proportional to the temperature. More will be the temperature, more will be the resistance. These all are the 4 factors which are affecting resistance. How they are affecting, I told you. Quickly I am recapitulating. First one, nature of conductor. If the substance is good conductor, resistance is least, electrons can flow easily or ions can flow easily. Semiconductors, less, insulators, maximum resistance can be offered. Okay, means no charge is able to flow, negligible charges are able to flow, no flow of current there. Okay, coming on to second, that is length of conductor. Length of conductor is directly proportional to resistance. More will be the length, more will be the resistance, and vice versa. Third one, area or thickness of conductor. More will be the area, lesser will be the resistance, and vice versa. Temperature of conductor, more will be the temperature, more will be the collisions between the ions, and more will be the hindrance offered. That means resistance is directly proportional to temperature. Now beta, what we will do, we'll start with the Ohm's law, but not today. Otherwise it will be a lengthy one for you. In next video we will start with Ohm's law and rest of the factors regarding resistance, conductance, rest of the terms. Till that time you need to read out these topics from your book thoroughly and try to do all the questions related to these topics. Fine, have a good day.